Yo.
All right. Stream is starting now.
Good afternoon, Bleedbigblue Nation. Good morning, Bleedbig.
That's about it.
That guy has a sexy voice.
Yeah, that was Debo.
I know.
He's got all these things mixed up. I'm trying to find the introduction. How you doing today?
Chad. I think Justin should be calling in.
Welcome to the Bleed Big Blue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
We are streaming live, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Captain Negative, Jimmy D, here with you, waiting for the other knuckleheads to call in. What do you guys want to talk about? A little OTAs going on, Odell's contract. I think we're going to try to talk a little NBA tonight, NBA draft.
Yep.
A little free agency going on as well. A lot of things going on, lots of rumors flying around. So really smorgasbord of topics this evening for us to dive into. We're going to be checking out your comments on YouTube, Facebook, and all over the place. We're Twitch or wherever the hell these guys are on, Twitter and all that stuff. So keep the comments coming, keep the talk coming. Anybody calling in? Is Justin on the line yet? Is Tim on the line yet? Or are we going solo?
Yeah, I don't know who this one is, but 917, you're on the line?
You don't know who this one is.
Oh, wow. He didn't have you on
CEO.
Marco. I mean, yikes.
Well, I'm looking at it here on the website. It doesn't say CEO next to a phone number here. It just says a phone number.
We should fix that.
You may want to fix that.
What's going on, gentlemen? Are we up and streaming yet?
Yes, sir. We're up right now.
Oh, my Lord. What's going on, everyone? And can you hear me? Because I am in the middle of Tarjay.
Tarjay, you're calling in from on the road. Martin, CEO, is out getting things accomplished, doing things.
Yes,
I love it.
Yes. Fine shopping at the Tarjay.
Hilarious. That's great. Calling in from the epicenter.
The remote call-in.
The remote call-in. I love it. Well, I know Justin's calling. I mean, OTAs, right? I mean, what are we really talking about? What do you guys want to dive in? I mean, to me, the only thing really that's interesting, I mean, right now is Odell's contract situation.
Yeah, that's the big one, and mostly everyone is all on the Saquon train. Highest jersey this year so far. Yeah,
damn right.
A lot of jerseys going on. Yikes.
I love Saquon. I'm on the line here.
Jumping on that gun. What's up?
I love Saquon.
We know.
Who doesn't?
It seems like everyone does.
Yeah, everybody's in love with a guy they haven't seen play before.
Is that Justin?
717 is me.
There's two 717s. I'm assuming it's you. Okay, we got a...
What's up, handsome? What's up, Justin?
How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Tim, is that you?
That's Saquon.
The most intriguing news in the NFL today was that Tom Brady tweeted in Spanish.
No bueno.
What did he say?
I did. I saw it briefly.
Somebody asked him about retirement, and he responded with 45, which means
45, right?
He's going till he's 45.
God
I don't know. I don't think that's going to work.
I mean, as long as he doesn't blow out an ACL, he's so cerebral. Yeah. If you could protect him, I mean, you could stand in the pocket and throw all day long. No, I don't know if the guy plays till he's 45.
They get the ball out of his hands really quickly. It's still hard to even get the
ball. Yeah, he knows. That's what I'm saying. He's so cerebral. He's seen everything. There's nothing a defense is going to show him that he hasn't seen before. So if he steps up to a line of scrimmage and he knows exactly where the defense is playing him, and he knows exactly where he wants to get rid of the ball. Now, again, it's the NFL. You know, not every time you drop back is that going to be perfect. You're going to still get hit. Nobody's immortal. I mean, 40-something years old, your body can break down. But, you know, realistically, if you can protect him, he could play.
Right,
it's just
right.
You want to – the thing I got to question is if you're 42, 43 years old and you have all these championships and you have kids – it gets to a point, and Marco, you know this, you're getting older and stuff like that. You got the kids and stuff. It gets to a point where do you really want to beat the shit out of your body? And I mean, we're not talking about playing pickup or playing two-hand touch, rough two-hand touch, or a tackle game on Thanksgiving Day. We're talking about putting your body in harm's way, legit physical harm's way, where something very bad can happen to you if you get hit the wrong way. My question is another season or two, you know, does that window get smaller? I think it does. I don't think he gets to 45. I think physically he'll be able to sit back, read defenses, and throw. It's just, does your body want to take that beating?
Yeah, where does that desire start to jump off? Where you're like, nah.
Well, I'll say this for him. He better have some desire to play after, you know, forcing Jimmy G out of town, right?
I'll tell you the truth. I don't think it's the same. Like, I heard him. I've been all over the Celtics going after the number 3 pick and Kawhi Leonard and all this shit. So I've been all over my 98.5 Sports Hub app. And this morning they were talking about Brady. And they played a couple of clips of him talking about the Super Bowl loss to the Giants in 2007 and how it took him months upon months to get over that. And he had bad dreams and he wasn't able to sleep and he was sick to his stomach. And then they played a clip of him after the Eagles game where he came out and his kids were there crying and they said, "We hate the Eagles." And he turned around to them and said, "Hey, you know what? You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose." And within a week or two, he was fine. So I think you see a huge difference just in the last decade between, you know, how he dealt with a heartbreaking loss then and how he's dealing with it now. And when you go home to those kids and then you're getting your ass kicked on Sundays for 4 months, 5 months, you're 42, 43 years old. How much is there really left to prove and how much do you really want to endure? And is one of those hits going to put you in a wheelchair?
Hey,
I mean, he's not exactly built like a Greek. He's not built like a Greek god, right? I mean, the guy's a great football player, but he's not exactly, you know. And I know he's doing the whole Guerrero and the plyometrics and whatever the fuck they're doing in New England, and that's all great. But you know, it's another thing to take a beating from some of those guys that you're getting hit by on Sundays.
I mean, the other thing too about the loss of the Eagles is, for Brady, I mean, he played one of the best games that we've ever seen out of the quarterback position, and they lost. I think, like you said, in combination with the age, I think comes a little bit of perspective of, hey, I did my job, and the defensive coordinator that gave up 500 yards in total defense is in Detroit, and he's their problem now.
Do you think, this is a legit question, do you think, because I don't know the answer to it, and I don't know how I would ask, do you think that because of the age and because of all the wins and because of all the losses and the way that they've competed over the last 15 to 16 years, do you think that he takes solace in the fact that maybe I know I played well at my age and I'm at peace with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I don't know that to be, because it seemed like back in the day when, I mean, if you're old enough to remember when he started playing after the Bledsoe injury and shit, it seemed like he didn't care if he completed 48% of his passes as long as they won the game.
Right.
So I mean, it's huge difference from Tom Brady 2003, 2004 to 2018.
Yeah. Well, his ego's in a different spot. He's got nothing to prove. His book's already written, and his legacy is already in place. And to borrow an analogy from my friend Shaq, what he's doing at this point is he's adding index pages to the back of his book that is his career. So it's easy. I would think that it's easier. I've never competed on that level. But I would think that it's easier to take the things that happen at this point in your career if you're Tom Brady and your wife is Gisele Bundchen and she makes more money than you do and she looks damn good in a bikini. I think it's pretty easy at that point in your career to say, hey, you know what? I did what I had to do. There were a couple of bad bounces, a couple of things that didn't go my way, and we'll try again next year.
Would that piss you off as a Patriots fan? Like if we were Patriot fans, because they're furious up in the tide has turned on Handsome up in New England, and he's a little bit of a villain now with everything that's going on.
That's absurd.
Dude, it's amazing. Dude, it's amazing. You should listen to sports talk radio up there. They've had it between the Jimmy G thing, the Guerrero thing. Dude, I'm telling you, there is a large. I listen to it and I'm like, wow, it's unreal. But there's a pretty big sentiment of people that have had it in New England with Tom Brady, and it's happened over the last couple of years with this whole Guerrero thing. I mean, if you're a Patriot fan, there's a history here that dates back a couple of years where this has been simmering. I mean, something's going on in Target.
Oh man. What do you hear?
I hear that my man D Squared is making plays in OTAs. That's what I hear.
OTAs are over. He made plays.
Who's D Squared?
There's basically
D Squared.
Dante Dion.
Dante Dion, baby.
Dante Dion. Okay.
Need that boy.
Tiny slot
get
corner.
your rosters out.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna need to get.
I think they'll make the roster.
You're gonna need to get the rosters out. Come training camp, you're gonna need to get the rosters out. It's gonna be like Major League. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, you can't listen at this point. You can't give me a nickname of a non-proven player.
Oh yeah, I could. D Squared, the little rugrat. I love him.
What about David Spiderweb, boy? Or Saquon?
Web slinger, not Spiderweb. It's web slinger.
What about Saquon?
And he's a known quantity.
What about Saquon?
I'm gonna call Saquon I formation until I see him run with a quarterback under center.
Listen.
Okay.
If we're gonna talk about the OTAs, I want to take a minute and I want to talk about the man beast that is Will Hernandez.
Can we take a minute to talk about the moron that is Snacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. I feel like nobody's getting on his ass for what he did.
Oh, dude, I got on his ass a bunch of times. He came at me on Twitter.
No.
He came at me on Twitter because I tweeted at him that if they had as much fight as they had on Twitter as they had on the field, they wanted to finish 3-13.
Damn. What do you say?
Yeah.
Then
he made fun of my haircut. No, yeah, he made fun of my haircut and my earrings. Yeah, well, I hit a sore spot. Snacks got triggered.
This is what I want to say. The objective stupidity of that moment for Snacks aside.
Wow.
Snacks played. I mean, he's played tough over the past 2 years. I mean, if you look at the way that he played on the field, you can't say that he's not a tough, grinded out player. And so,
okay, but nobody's arguing his toughness. We're arguing his stupidity. You don't throw a fucking helmet at your teammate.
And it's not only the stupidity of swinging the guy. Like, how about just shutting the fuck up? Like, how when no one cares that that you were hurt, that you're not ranked high enough on the bullshit NFL top 100 list when you finished 3-13.
Crap.
Like I don't care about your feelings
that
where
list
you
was
were
bullshit,
ranked
but nobody
at
cares.
3-13. No, but he cares, is what I'm saying. He obviously cares because when you go out of your way to speak on Twitter and to tweet all this stuff and is that your motivation? Because my motivation would be I finished 3-13 last year.
I mean,
like I don't get where some of these guys
he's
where
caring
their
more about
focus
what people
is or
think
where
of
they're coming
him
from
versus the team. He's putting his own image
100%.
before the team's image. I get what you're saying.
100%.
I get what you're saying.
And it's selfish and again, look at his and again, you call me Captain Negative, call me what you want. But there was a problem in that locker room last year. All right? There was a problem in that locker room last year. And it was a me attitude in that locker room last year. And what worries me is that some of those guys are still here. Okay? And whether you have talent or not, when you see a guy swing in OTAs, when you see a guy swing a helmet at a rookie's head, a rookie that you need.
Unprotected.
I mean, right? The guy's head is wide open. I don't care how. You're the veteran. You're the leader.
And
I got a huge problem with that shit, man. I really do. It's a cancer, and people don't realize it. You look at names and you jerk off to all these names, and people don't realize it.
Well, James, it's worse than what he did. So, what he did was he threw the helmet. We all know how bad that was. But it wouldn't – here's the thing. What he did was stupid, right? But I don't think he understands fully that not only did he make the team look bad, but he also possibly injured a key part of our team this year. You know what I'm saying? His stupidity didn't just affect him. It affects –
How about this, guys? You know what no one's talking about? He almost knocked the kid out. Who knows what could have happened if he connects with that helmet. Snacks is a huge guy. He swings a helmet with all of his might. If he connects on the side of that kid's head, you don't know what happens. Okay? And the other thing is this. You got fucking lucky that Solder's MRI came back okay. Because imagine that, gentlemen.
That's the thing.
Justin, you want to have a heart attack? Imagine if his helmet hits him in the head and Solder's knee erupts all in the same catastrophe in one. You had a realistic possibility of that.
When I read
That's not something
Twitter,
to applaud about.
When I read that on Twitter, I was at work. I was sitting at my desk. I was minding my own business. I had instant nausea. I was like, where's the Pepto-Bismol? Where can I go? Because, and Jimmy, you've made this point before, but, they not only did they pay Solder to be the starter, from a role perspective, but they paid him a lot of money. And
they overpaid. We call a spade a spade. They overpaid.
That type of injury not only affects this year, but next year.
Oh,
and who knows what he is
catastrophic.
In 3 years. It could have been a disaster.
Catastrophic. Yes.
So
thank God nothing happened.
Yeah, we got away with one.
You blame Snacks on that.
I think you have to.
I blame Snacks on that, but I'm also excited because, he was obviously frustrated by Will Hernandez, and if he's frustrated to that level at Will Hernandez, that means Will Hernandez was playing some good football.
Yeah, I was about to say Will Hernandez was doing something to him.
Guys, I don't know about that because here's the thing.
Right.
No pads. Maybe Snacks was annoyed that they were playing in no pads and Hernandez was playing like it was Super Bowl Sunday. Now, the kid's a rookie. The kid's a rookie. Tip your cap to him. He's going to play hard from day one. Kid's trying to earn a spot. Snacks doesn't have to earn a spot. It's hot. You've been practicing for an hour and a half. You're not in the best football shape. Here come this kid storming out at you with no fucking equipment on. So until they get the pads on, let's stop putting these kids in the Hall of Fame. I mean,
no, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm saying I'm optimistic.
The kid, he has some fight. He has the fight that you want to see from an offensive lineman. He has a little swagger. He has a little bite to him. But nobody's hitting back.
Yeah,
so,
I'm all about
it.
He has, but it does prove that he could get under people's skin and snack.
Hey, you know what though? Let me see you could block first, and then get under everybody's skin. Like, considering what we've had here for the last 2.5 years, like can we just block first? Let's establish that we could block first, and then go from there. Because I like Hernandez, but you know, there's some work there. Not a finished product. It's a good prospect, not a finished product. A lot of work to be done. You don't hand these kids the thing. I like that he's playing hard and shooting out of the gate and going after guys. That's great. But we haven't seen anything with the pads on yet. So, pump the brakes.
What about Marco? Are you muted, or what's the deal?
Marco's checking out. I think he's at the self-checkout Target.
Hey,
I want to ask
guys, can you hear me?
Oh,
it's Ned.
Hey,
Ned's here.
I love how this is like a Mr. Rogers neighborhood and people just stop by. What's up, Ned?
Not much. I mean, did you guys? I know obviously you talked about the Tom Brady thing, but I don't think I heard you guys discuss the rumor that came out about our rival. Allen Hurns is apparently the clear-cut number 1 wide receiver for the Cowboys.
Can I tell you guys something? The Cowboys wide receivers are going to be better this season than they were last year. You heard it here first. Guys, if you could run the football, guys get open. The Giants did it with guys named Stephen Baker and Lionel Manuel and Mark Ingram. If you could run the football and play good defense, you could win Super Bowls with possession receivers. You don't need a diva wide receiver. You don't need a big play guy. Like enough. Like, I get it. They lost Dez, but, moving Hurns over with some of the young kids they have, they may be better.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know, especially with losing Witten.
Guys, nobody has signed Dez Bryant yet. Why?
Yeah, the rumor is that
he's a head case. Tennessee.
He's a head case, or guys, come on! Don't tell yourself he's a head case. How many wide receivers? How many shots did Ocho Cinco get?
It's true.
So don't tell me Dez Bryant is a head case. The fact is that just like Victor Cruz, when all these Giant fans say the guy can't get open anymore, bring him back. Bring him back. Why? Because his name is Victor Cruz.
Actually, no, man. If you go back and look at lots of his throws, yeah, Dez Bryant had some drops, but the lack of his productivity I don't think it was strictly due to him. I think it was some poor throws by Dak Prescott. I mean,
how come no one's picked him up?
About that stuff.
How come no one?
I mean, the Ravens gave him an offer.
I'm not saying that he should be signed, or I'm not saying that he isn't slowing down, or I'm not saying he's still elite. I'm just saying that you can't blame all of his lack of productivity on him alone, of last year anyway.
Dude, guys, how old is Dez Bryant?
James, I got a question for you. Do you think he's?
I mean, how many years has Dez Bryant had leg injuries and has missed games?
Do you think he's Pro Bowl caliber right now?
No, definitely not, Marco. I don't think he's a Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver right now at all.
With Witten,
I think you're fooling yourself if you think he is.
I think with Witten gone, you're going to see a little bit of a drop off, at least in the
guys. If they can run the ball, with Ezekiel Elliott, they'll be fine.
People
they can run the ball and play defense, they'll be fine.
You don't think defenses are going to be able to crowd the box?
Dak to throw it.
I don't know. What do you mean, Marco? You think? Well, that's on play calling. And I think that they've crowded the box against him the last 2 years. That offensive line, if you can run the ball, and that offensive line has proved that they can run the ball. Now they've lost some pieces, but they're still one of the better offensive lines in the game. If he gets back for 16 games, if he's back for 16 games, and they're not going to give a shit that you had 8 men in the box. The Giant teams back in the 80s that won those 2 Super Bowls in 86 and 90, they didn't give a shit that you had 8 men in the box. They didn't care. They were going to run it right the hell at you.
They're losing.
They're losing a 38-year-old tight end, bro.
Yeah, but he still was a damn good blocker.
They're losing a 38-year-old tight end, bro. Like, relax.
I mean, okay, but
like,
it's not
there is a possibility.
Dude,
there is a possibility that Dallas is markedly better without the 2. Remember this. Remember the year before the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007, who was more than half of their offense? It was Tiki Barber. And Tiki Barber left. And Giants Nation went nuts. And I told everybody, sometimes it's addition by subtraction. And that's what Dallas is hoping. Are they going to be right? Who knows? But if they can play, if you can go in with the formula of we're going to have a good defense, we're going to run the ball, and we're going to have solid special teams, you'll be in every single game. And if you don't kill yourself with a turnover or a penalty, you got a chance to win some ball games.
Well, look.
All right, guys, we got a caller on the line. Let's go ahead and answer a question, okay? 7998. You're on the line, man. What's up?
First of all, I'm not just a caller.
Oh, never mind. It's just this guy.
That was disrespectful. We need to mute the board operator.
Yeah, how do you do that? I don't have his number saved yet. I'm saving it right now.
How do we mute Zach?
Damn.
I have the power today. I have all the power today.
I wanted to pull a Justin and go a little diva and come in a little late and now board operator doesn't even know my damn number. I have to listen to you guys argue there like that. Des Bryant is not an all-pro. He's obviously proven that he's not anymore.
Yeah.
And Jason Witten, he's been in the league for 20 years. Relax.
Yeah. Relax. I get it. These guys are. It's like the Giant fans. The names. It's okay. Sometimes when these guys leave, it's better. Other guys get opportunities. Now the quarterback, instead of looking for one guy or 2 guys only, is now making reads and not caring who he throws to. And there's no egos to have to appease.
A perfect example is what you're saying. Look at Stafford when Calvin Johnson left.
Look at the New York Giants when Shockey went out.
Yep, Shockey and Tiki. When they went out, you knew who those guys were, the ones that were getting Eli's way in the huddle. Hence, what do you think Dez is doing in the huddle?
Look,
with Dak? Give me the damn
be
ball.
Careful with that thinking of just saying to yourself that, oh, yeah, the Dallas is done because they don't have Dez. There's a reason they don't have Dez. They evaluated it and was like, the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. When the guy's talent can match his mouth, you tend to look the other way. When the guy's mouth is bigger than his talent, there's no more room for it. And that's why he's getting shit offers on contracts.
Look, Hearns, the way I see it, is their clear-cut number 1 wide receiver was on the Jags when they desperately needed a number 1 wide receiver. And he lost snaps to 2 rookies and then got cut.
I think you're worried way too much about it.
What does that
doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 3. If it's 3rd and 3, it doesn't matter. I got a mobile quarterback. It doesn't matter. I don't need Allen Hurns to catch me. I don't need him to catch me 9 balls a game. I need 3 to 4 balls a game because I'm going to throw my other 2 receivers 3 to 4 balls a game. All I want is 16 to 18 completions.
Yeah. Dallas is
come on, guys.
Back to the Dak. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Dak is not that good.
Well, there's your question. I mean, don't look at the wide receivers. Don't look at the wide receivers. If Dak takes a step forward, it doesn't matter who the wide receivers are because you could run the ball, and he's a mobile quarterback. So if you put yourself in third and 3, 3rd and 4, good luck. Good luck with a guy that can run the ball like that. Good luck. You're fucking killing yourself all day long as a defense.
And in terms of everybody wants to talk about, losing Dak or losing Dez, 2 3-letter D names, losing Dez. Look at the 2008 New York Giants, 2008-2009 New York Giants. The 2009 season, Steve Smith was our number 1 wide receiver, and he had over 1,200 yards because we were a run-first football team. Brandon Jacobs and
Bradshaw
combined
Don't ever
for
forget that name.
1,600 yards.
Don't ever forget that name.
1,600 yards.
It's
When
respectful.
you run first.
What about with Derek Wood? Wasn't that the Earth, Wind, and Fire or whatever? What the hell was that? Remember that?
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire was the first year.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When you run the
Those 3 were like bats out of hell. 3 different
running.
running backs. That's why you don't take a running back second.
You do what it was good.
I was a 4th-round pick, a 7th-round pick, and a jet free agent right there, right?
Yeah.
You know I'm right. That's why you're laughing.
No, Brad Jacobs was a draft pick, and so was Ahmad. Yeah, 4th or 7th.
Jacobs was a 4th-round pick. Ahmad was a 7th-round pick. Ahmad Bradshaw was a 7th-round pick because he stole a PlayStation in college.
PlayStations are hot, bro.
Yeah. It was a PS2 back then.
It was an Xbox when I was drafted.
2009, Brandon Jacobs had 224 carries for 835 yards. Ahmad Bradshaw had 164 carries for 778 yards. And Steve Smith had 1,200 yards receiving because when you run first and you're a credible threat to run the football, wide receivers can run open. Cornerbacks can't cover forever. I don't care who you are.
It's 100%.
Who you are or who you're covering.
The Giants won Super Bowls with guys named Lionel Manuel, Phil McConkey. They didn't do that. I mean, come on. I mean, you can punch teams in the mouth. The Cowboys want to punch teams in the mouth, run the football, get a lead so they can continue to run the football, and protect that lead by running the football. You do that by running the football. It's going to be – they don't care if there's 8 men in the box or 9 men in the box. The Cowboys know that their only chance to win is to feed Ezekiel Elliott, and he's going to touch the ball 23 to 25 times a game, and their hope is to end up in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and then use the openness of the playbook to go ahead and get Dak in situations where you can cover for the lack of that he probably is awful if you get to 3rd and 7. So you're looking at 3 yards there, guys. 3 yards that make a ton of difference. And the Cowboys are betting that their offensive line and Zeke can get them that 3 yards. You're looking at 2 downs where it's either 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 7.
Now the question is Dak going to take the step up if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, and is Zeke going to show up not 25 pounds overweight? That's a huge
question.
I think Dak is going to take a step up,
Zeke will be
but
fine.
not because of him. He's going to take a step up because of bringing Ezekiel Elliott back.
Zeke, and there you go, right? If Dak takes a step up mentally in being able to throw the football, if his game advances that way, watch out. But the Cowboys right now are trying to not have to worry about that. If you get Dak in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and he has to read blitzes and he doesn't know where he's coming from, then you're looking at where those receivers become a glaring difficulty or a glaring detriment. You can't have that on a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. You need playmakers then. Okay? But if you can get to 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 4, you could fucking run the ball. I mean, the whole playbook opens up. You don't need Dak to be Tom Brady. You need Dak to just run for 4 yards here. dump it out to a running back for a first down, 6 yards to a tight end, 8 yards to a wide receiver. You don't need that because you're like Novocaine. You're just pounding the ball, and you're wearing teams out.
Guys, this came out 2 hours ago, and I know it's unrelated, but it is football news. Jameis Winston is apparently bracing for a suspension of up to 3 games. His camp thinks they're going to get one.
4. What'd he do? Why is he getting 3 games?
Is it crab leg? Is it crab leg?
Is it a PlayStation?
Is he juicing?
The suspension would arise not necessarily from the incident itself, but from a failure to make a timely report of the allegation, which can constitute a separate violation of the personal conduct policy.
Oh.
So, basically,
let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of that kid.
What is it? He got.
Oh yeah, I don't like James Winston. He's a piece of shit.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan
What
of
the report
that.
say? He got handsy?
Tampa Bay got what they deserved with that kid.
It's apparently from an alleged incident from March 2016 with an Uber driver in Arizona.
Oh, I heard about that. Where so the Uber, somebody said he was in the Uber car and somebody was groping the driver. The driver was groped.
Why would we
there was a groping.
The driver was a female?
Well, again, I think this
I'm assuming the driver was a female and was groped.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
I don't know that. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was. I think that's what the report was.
Again, they're saying the suspension would not come from the incident itself, but because they didn't make a timely report of it. So that's I'm assuming that's why it would get tacked.
All right, so maybe they found out that he didn't do anything, that the groping was bullshit, but the fact that they didn't report it, or maybe weren't as forthcoming with information. Maybe they tried to cover it up that something happened or there was an altercation or an argument, and they tried to just shame it, put it under the rug, and it came back to bite them.
Seamus Winston.
I like that.
I like that.
Jameis Winston.
I like that.
Write that down.
Beat that drop.
Write that
there we
down.
go. Keep that.
That's great.
What's going on? What's going on in the chat? What are people?
Hey,
what are people
Marco.
talking?
Marco.
We got a lot of arguing going on in the chat, man.
Marco.
Over NBA? NBA?
No, over Giants, and somebody thinks somebody's autistic, and we got some Dak Prescott overrated comments. Some people are thinking the Giants will end up second in the NFC East, maybe possibly third if the Redskins step up.
Marco.
I can't see the Redskins.
Big Blue for Life thinks in 2019 will make the playoffs for sure. We'll be a playoff team.
What's up, Justin?
What's going on the 22nd?
I haven't heard back from him.
We should go. We should go anyway.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Oh, James, did you know you have a fan in YouTube chat who changed his YouTube name to Captain Negative?
That's copyright infringement.
What
It's
happened?
kind of weird, man. Yeah. We got somebody in our YouTube chat, and he changed his YouTube name to Captain Negative. It's kind of weird.
Are you sure it's not James?
Yeah, it might
Is
be
his name
James
Brian
James
Bennett?
agreeing with himself. He goes in the chat and
Did he just comment, "Hola, mofos"?
Yeah, that's what he said. Hola, mofos.
That's me, dude.
Is that really you? Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, my
This
God. I
guy.
thought you were a stalker, man. I was about to
I
get you
have to
back.
interact with my people.
Oh, that's you? I can put these
Jimmy and
in
James
color
are different
now.
people.
I have to
Never knew
interact
that
with
was
my people. Did you guys see the Captain Negative 2020?
I did see that. That's why I was like, who the
Negative
fuck is this
T-shirts.
guy? I saw that. I was like,
They wore
man,
Captain
people are
Negative
making-
T-shirts. They were.
Yeah, I see that. cannot believe that's you.
Captain Negative would be a great captain for the Space Force. I'm just saying.
Well, I plan on joining.
Keep our conversations fresh. I got a
I
conversation.
need to do my due diligence for the country, and I'm joining the Space Force.
Right,
you and Buzz Lightyear.
Out of all our rookie draft picks this year, what player in the preseason are you looking forward to watching the most on our team?
D squared.
No, I said
Kyle
rookies.
Walletta.
I said rookies.
Kyle Walletta.
Kyle Walletta, gross.
The future.
No, that's David
future.
Webb. I'm not going to mute. You deserve mute for that one, but I won't. I won't mute you, but you deserve it.
You better not mute me.
Yeah, seriously.
Pick someone else.
I can't do this though.
Who else are you gonna
Shame.
I can hit you with one of those though.
I
don't wanna-
tempted
I don't
to
wanna
see if
see
I can
Saquon
put
in the
Captain
preseason.
Negative in time.
I don't want to see Saquon. That wasn't going to be my answer. My answer is Lorenzo Carter.
Eh.
What do you mean, He's got major. He's super raw. I'll throw it out there. He's really raw, but he's got major talent. He's super raw though.
But what's he gonna prove in the preseason?
I didn't say prove.
Yeah.
I just said watch. Somebody I want to watch. I want to see how he plays off in coverage. Because from what I'm hearing,
give me
OTAs
the future.
and he
Give me the
just pretty good in
future
coverage.
starting quarterback, and let me see what I have.
Yeah,
you
let me
already
see
got
Davis
one,
Webb.
You'll see. Sequel button.
You know, I
All right.
see you guys have Madden and the list of stuff to discuss. Can we talk for a second about how bad that is? Like Madden is as a game.
Did you see that rating? That supposed rating overall?
Oh my God, they
wanna-
shitted all over us.
Oh yeah.
See what Saquon did, all you fanboys? What are we ranked in Madden?
Actually,
Was that
those
second
ratings
to
aren't
last?
final, so you can shut up. He's only in 80, but those ratings aren't final. Because I've seen two videos of
Guys,
Baker
we were-
Mayfield. One was an 82, another one he was a 78.
3-13.
Ratings aren't final.
Madden in general is just a bad game. Like,
It doesn't make a difference. You got to give them a couple weeks to let them see how the guys are really playing. Then they really do the ratings. Then it's really
You
updated.
got to give Oleta a couple weeks to realize that he's not a chance. You know, he can warm up that secondary seat for Davis whenever he starts, and you know, it'll be all right.
Oh my God,
I think you guys are fucking insane. Like, I don't know what did you think the team was going to be like in '87?
To be honest, I'm just honestly half the stuff I say is just to fuck with James now.
But they're 3-13. Like, they got a bunch of fancy toys. Like the offense, like go back and look at the rating last year for Nate Solder, and it was probably like an 80. Like that's the guy you're bringing over. It was probably like an 81, 82 rating. And then like what was Oladipo, who the offensive lineman who they brought over, a 76. I mean, and then they're moving Flowers to the right guard. I'm sure that raised the offensive line rating. They have no kicker or punter, so that's awesome.
Do you need those?
And then
Algic Rosas, the best.
They have no they have no depth at cornerback. They have total defense that I think has like 13.5 sacks on the roster.
Hey, DRC
Come on, bro.
is coming back, baby.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Love me some DRC.
Good. That's
Right,
good for a game or two. I don't know what rating you guys expected to get. I really don't know what rating we were waiting for.
I'm not really sure why we're talking about this. I mean, why does it matter?
Oh yeah, I'd rather just be talking about
really
NBA.
Nobody's talking about the NBA. Nobody's talking about the NBA.
Nobody's talking about the NBA. I got like 14 tweets.
We don't need to.
Just waiting to be read about NBA.
the NBA is an
I think even on
league.
YouTube chat, I think they're actually talking about
They were
the
for a little bit.
NBA.
Talking about
Yeah,
the Knicks
there it is.
How the
Yeah, I
How
know
the Knicks are gonna
Oladipo is a basketball player on the fucking Pacers. It was a joke, bro, because no one knows the other fucking guy's name.
It's Omeme.
Yes.
Omahamahe.
It's
Omahamahe.
God, Lee, you guys
Oh,
are all
your
dumb.
mama hey.
Omame.
Hey, your mama hey.
Learn his name.
All right.
Can we talk about how the Knicks are going to take Trae Young? And that's going to be a horrible pick.
No. What do you want to start off? Do you want to start off with the draft, or do you want to start off with the biggest prize of the off season?
You think it's
LeBron?
You think Leonard, right? LeBron or is that Leonard?
Talking about the King?
Let's talk about LeBron. Let's start LeBron and then go. We'll move on back after that.
I think LeBron's a done deal, bro. I think it's been done.
You're gonna go to Golden
He's going
State
to L.A. No, I think he's going to the Lakers.
Listen.
I thought Kawhi's going to the Lakers.
His kid is in school. Didn't his kid just recently enroll in that school out there?
Dude,
Yeah.
People's kids can go to school basically anywhere when they're
Dude,
LeBron.
you're not a parent. Let me tell you something. You're not a parent. There's no way in
he
fuck.
could literally fly anywhere.
Dude, you're not going to fly during the course of a 5-month season. You're flying back and forth to cities. Where you flying to go see your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
you wouldn't see your kid. You have no clue what you're talking. If you have kids, you want to be around your kids. And just because you think LeBron doesn't care about that stuff, because he does. And if you followed LeBron James and during his career, he actually does. He's with the same woman that he's been with from high school. He loves his kids. He's involved with his kids. He's close with his kids.
I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm just saying.
So if the kid is going to school in L.A., one would tend to lean towards that maybe LeBron wants to be around those kids.
Decided that was where he wanted to go.
Why is the only one kid enrolled, though? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there was a deadline to get the kid enrolled. I don't know. The fuck do I know?
Well, listen.
Why are you on a skateboard? You should know these things.
Let's not talk about.
I know that the rumor has been that he's going to L.A. for over a year now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about.
So now I don't know why things would change now. I think he'll listen to other teams. I think CP3 is probably going to go talk to him. But I think LeBron also thinks that no matter where he goes, everybody's like, why would he go to the Lakers? Because he's not going by himself. Even if he was to go there for a year and endure by himself or with another person, there's other people coming. You've already seen that Leonard says no matter what, he's going to the Lakers after a year.
Well,
if you're LeBron, imagine saying to yourself, if I can get there with Paul George and then next year here comes Leonard.
Right.
Yeah, but
I mean,
here's the thing. Listen. He's in year 16. He had an unbelievable season. But I just don't. And I think he's still the greatest player in the NBA. I don't know why, if you're LeBron, you would go to the Western Conference.
The NBA.
No, neither do I. I agree with you there.
He's been beating his head against. He's been beating his head against the wall to beat the Patriots out of the East, and can't do it now. Listen, I'm not saying he should stay in Cleveland. I'm not saying he should stay in Cleveland because they don't have. I don't think that they have enough firepower to be able to make a trade that would make them a true legitimate contender against not only the teams in the East, but if they were to make it out of the East, against any team that would make it out of the West. But the East has two options for them, Boston and Philly.
There's one option in the East. It's Boston.
Yeah.
Philly's not an option. Those two fucking guys are head cases. Ben Simmons is a head case, and Embiid is even more of a head case. And both of them are the most fragilest things that you'll ever see in your life. And the other thing is Philly is run like a circus. It's like an absolute
but if I'm
circus.
Boston,
this color is absolutely normal. Find a new slant.
What?
All right, guys, we got another caller.
It's a reference to the
9667.
Brian Colangelo burner account.
How you doing, man?
Like, have you seen those teams?
Yeah, the burner. That's what I mean. The burner accounts have been.
Yeah.
It's just run like an absolute circus. Now you wonder who they're going to bring in there, but still, I mean, the other thing is this: LeBron's very ball dominant, right? So I mean, what's Simmons going to do? He can't shoot. So I mean, it's just I don't know if it's a match in Philly
because he has to be. You don't know that. Like,
no, he's ball dominant because that's the only way that he's can. Dude, if you take him off the ball, You're going to run him off screens to do what? He can't shoot. You're going to put – if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, you put him under the basket. You say rebound.
Let's be real. The fact that the Golden State Warriors and the Cavaliers have met in 4 straight finals is already a testament to the failures of the NBA.
I mean, not really.
I don't know about that. All right, hold on, guys. We got another caller. Let's take this caller real quick, all right?
And they're playing by the same rules as everybody else. They did draft. They did. Everybody gives the Warriors shit. They drafted Curry. They drafted Thompson. They drafted Green.
Not Durant.
Hold on,
all right, guys. We're going to take this caller, guys. We're going to take this caller.
Chip your cat.
9667. How you doing, 9667? What's going on, man?
Lower your radio. Lower the radio.
You there?
Let me hear so.
9667. What's up, man?
All right, he's not there.
Yeah, hey,
he's not there.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Jesus.
There it is. What's up, man?
All right.
What's your name?
My name is Walter.
Walter, where are you calling from, Walter?
I'm in Michigan right now. I'm originally from the U.S. Virgin Islands. I've been following this podcast for a very long time. Only thing is we couldn't call from the Virgin Islands. Every time we tried to call, it would give us a busy signal.
How about
So
that?
you moved. So that's a great reason to move.
You moved just for us. Hey!
I just moved to Michigan, man, and I'm a big Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan from the time I used to live in New York, back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. So what's on your mind?
I appreciate you calling in, man.
Well, you guys are talking about another team I love. I love L.A. I really don't care for LeBron to come there. He'll cause a lot of chaos if he gets the right pieces around him. He can win a championship. The only thing is he's not going to want to play with the young guys. The young boy for Big
Lonzo?
Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think he's gone, right? If Bron goes there, ball's gone.
What's gonna happen is if you listen to Skip Bayless' show Undisputed, and you kind of listen to Colin Cowherd, they kind of get a lot of the inside scoops with basketball. Basically, they don't know anything about football. When you want to hear football, you got to kind of listen to. Yeah, you guys and another guy called Ron Effect. You guys are basically on the ball when it comes to talking about Giants football. But what's gonna look like is gonna happen is Paul George. If LeBron goes to LA, they're gonna try to get Paul George, and they're gonna try to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, correct.
And if the San Antonio is not going to give up Kawhi unless they get something substantial.
Lonzo and Kuzma.
Yeah,
they don't want Lonzo.
They don't want Lonzo.
Well,
Kuzma, yes.
Well, they're going to try to get 3 pieces for Kawhi Leonard. They're going to try to get the forward boy that we picked up also, the little skinny guy. He needs a little more body weight.
Brandon Ingram.
Ingram. They're going to try to get Lonzo, and they're going to try to get Kuzma.
Lonzo, you can leave Lonzo out. Popovich, I'm gonna let you. Don't be disappointed. I'm with you. I think that is a realistic move. I think that can very well happen. But I think you're spot on with the other 2 pieces. I think Ingram. Now, if you're telling me that I'm getting draft picks from the Lakers, I don't want them, because if I know LeBron and Kyrie are going and Leonard are going there and George is going there, it's a shit pick. So picks don't interest me. I need players. So I have no interest in Lonzo. If I'm Magic Johnson, or if I'm Popovich, I have no interest in Lonzo Ball in that circus. So keep him. But Kuzma, Ingram, and what else you got?
If you understand Popovich very well, Popovich, if you look at like Steven Jackson, you remember when Steven Jackson went to the Spurs? Popovich took him. Popovich had Tim Duncan take him under the wing, and he made a beast out of Steven
not
Jackson.
ball. It's not ball.
But
it's his dad.
If Magic Johnson,
no one wants to have to deal with LeBron's bullshit.
Guys, forget. You can't. I'm with you on the other two, and I'm willing to listen on. But you can forget Lonzo. It's not happening. I've also seen Mannix. I've seen Mannix and Wojo tweet as well, saying that if the package starts with Lonzo, they're out. Like, I'm with you. I'm with you on Kuzma. I'm with you on Ingram. I think they're valuable pieces, but no one. Lonzo is a player without his father. A lot of potential. Seems like a not bad kid. Don't want the circus.
The twist to everything is that Kawhi is holding everything up because he's killing his own trade value because he's not going to re-up to get traded somewhere else, saying he's going to bounce to LA either way. So he's killing his trade value.
Has an advantage.
No, but hold on now. So here's the question, right? Because if you're telling me if I'm Popovich, right? The question becomes if you're saying there's only two teams that you're willing to negotiate with, and that's the Clippers or the Lakers, right? It pretty much puts Popovich in a really bad situation. So do the Spurs end up sitting back and saying, okay, well, since the question becomes, what other teams think they're close enough to go ahead and have enough pieces to give up to go and say, you know what, I'll rent them for a year? And is the package for the rental with the picks more than Kuzma, Ingram, and anybody else the Lakers could give because their picks are invaluable? You have to look at it from everybody's point of view. You can't just look at it from the Lakers.
They don't have any good picks at all coming up. This is why for the last.
So if
years,
I told you, let me ask you this: you're Popovich.
Number one pick.
You're Popovich, right? And if and the deals on the table are Kuzma, Ingram, no picks, and some filler cap guys to make the contracts work because you got to make the contracts work, okay? Or a package from Boston of, let's say, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, and the Sacramento pick next year. Remember, Boston has 4 first-round picks next year. Would that deal be more enticing if the Celtics gave up another pick in the draft next year? So you're getting
you would want to get 2 Celtics picks because you keep Kawhi out of the West.
For at least a year, you keep him out of the West.
If you look at what Popovich and the general manager for the Spurs would do, is they probably will go with Boston. Because if they allow Kawhi to go to L.A., I don't even see the Clippers being in any kind of contention with them. But if they allow Kawhi to go to L.A. with LeBron and Paul George, that's a potential problem for them because that's their competition. So send them out to the East.
But they may not have that functionality. Remember, this isn't the NFL where, free agency is basically an open market for the highest bidder. Players focus on their brand, and they use their free agency the year before their free agency to try and dictate where they're going to go. And if Kawhi says, next year I'm going to L.A., I'm not signing with anybody but the Lakers, then no team's going to give up premium value for Kawhi Leonard. Now,
no.
Well,
and then the question becomes for the Lakers this as well. Listen, this is crazy, right? So the Lakers could. Why would the Lakers give up Kuzma and Ingram if they knew they were going to get Kyrie? Knew they were going to get Kawhi in a year.
I don't think they are.
Why not just wait?
Well, that's the thing. If I was Magic Johnson, I wouldn't try to go for him right now because next year he's a free agent. He's free to walk and go wherever he wants to go. So my thing about it is, and this is what I was gonna allude to, is for one, definitely, LeBron and Paul George has a better chance to come into LA. Now, the issue what Magic Johnson has on the table is LeBron doesn't like to play with young players. If he gets that ego out of his head, he can listen. A lot of people don't want as bad as
yeah, but can you sell LeBron? But can you sell LeBron on? Listen, hey, you and George come here this year, right? I'll get rid of Lonzo. I'll get rid of him for a bucket of fucking chips.
You don't want to get rid of Lonzo.
You do want to get rid. Let me tell you something. If Bron comes there, bye Ball. He's gone.
And it's
not happening.
And it's not.
Guys,
but what I'm saying
guys,
is,
he's gone.
Listen, LeBron is one
All right,
of the
hold on,
best
guys. We're going to go ahead and take
players.
another caller. Walter, I'm going to put you
No.
on hold.
Hold on a second. Whoa. He's the guy from the Virgin Islands. He has never called in before. Hold on a second.
All right, he's here.
Listen, I'll say this piece and I'll let it go.
You're
if
good.
I was LeBron, okay, look at Lonzo. Lonzo this year made Kuzma, Ingram, and everybody else on that team better.
Guys, but LeBron's not going to have the ball in his hand. He's not.
No,
he can't. Firstly, can't shoot. He can't shoot. He serves no purpose if LeBron's got the ball in his hand.
Listen. What LeBron needs, and if I was the big baller brand, what I would do is I would go out and hire Gary Payton.
Oh,
Gary
you're crazy.
Payton was just listen. Now listen. Go back and study Gary Payton when he was the number 2 pick when he was drafted in his time in the NBA. When he was drafted back in that time, Gary Payton was garbage in his first 2 years. His coach told him, go and watch film and study what you were when you came out of college. Develop a shot. After that, Gary Payton was one of the best guards in the backcourt you can ever find. That's what Lonzo needs to do. Lonzo has a game. It's just that he can't shoot. And that's
guys, Lonzo isn't the problem. His father is. And Lonzo's Lonzo's game is having the ball in his hands to create and make things better and get those guys involved. That doesn't happen if LeBron and Paul George are on your team. The ball's in their hands. I need my other guys to be rebounders and spot shooters.
I'll tell you something about LeVar Ball that a lot of people don't understand. LeVar Ball is like the Donald Trump of basketball at this particular moment. He just talks what comes to the top of his head. Now, the thing about LeVar is if Lonzo is playing and gets playing well, he shuts up. So if they do what they're supposed to do, they'll know how to shut up LeVar. LeVar isn't the issue.
He's gone. If LeBron's coming, I think Ball's gone.
We know that. We know Ball is going to go. But I'm saying
I think he's gone. And then the question: could you sell LeBron on? Hey, Bronny, this is where you want to be. I know Leonard is a year away. You and Paul come here. We'll give it a shot. I got all these young kids under contract. I got all these young kids under contract.
Wait for Kawhi. Yeah,
grow with these kids, and then when we get Leonard, we make our big run. I think you could sell him on that. If that's where he wants to be, you could sell him on that.
That's the best thing they need to do, but I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to try to go to get Kawhi, and it's going to screw up the team right now because it's going to cost you more getting rid of what you already have. That boy Ingram has potential for the next. He's the next franchise player for LA right there.
Let me tell you, Kuzma's the guy I wouldn't want to give up.
That's true too.
That would be the guy I did not want to get. I would not want to give that kid up right now. I would, and I'm a Celtic fan. So if you tell me like the deal I just gave you, like I think that would be the deal that it would take to get Leonard. I don't know that I would make that deal. Because I like Jaylen Brown. I like the control that we have over him for the next 5 years, and I think his upside is absolutely unbelievable. So, do you give that up for a player that you're only going to have for 1 year? Do you give Kuzma up knowing that in a year you're going to be able to add Leonard and you'd be able to put him with Kuzma.
Hey, I'll tell you one interesting thing, though. If I know the way basketball has been going for the last, 4 years?
It's been so great, hasn't it?
Right, but where LeBron has changed how players dictate, don't be too surprising if he can get KD to come to L.A. Now, that's something there because he's a free agent also. So if you look at it, he'll be the biggest Benedict Arnold again where he would leave Golden State if they can convince him to come to L.A. And knowing Magic Johnson, he could probably get that pull off. So that's an option that you got to look at. And that talk has been going around for some time now. So I'll tell you this. If that happens, L.A. will be winning championships with LeBron, and he'll ride off into the sunset no matter what when you look at it.
Do you think that KD just becomes a hired gun?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Because look at what he did for Golden State. He took less when he went there, and he made the team better because without him, he was able to feed. He's the go-to guy in the end. But right now, when you look at it, the team is struggling. And even though they won this year, they beat a team that didn't have – I believe this. If the Cavaliers had Kyrie Irving, there's no way that they would have been able to and if Kevin Love was healthy with Kyrie Irving on that team, the Cavaliers would have been the champions this year. There's no way Golden State, with the way they came and they had so much trouble, even though they beat Houston and that stuff, they had too much trouble. They walked over the Cavaliers because, I mean, to me, it was just like LeBron was on the court by himself. The rest of his players weren't there. And he as good as he is, he does not have the killer instinct like a Michael Jordan or Kobe, even though Kobe doesn't. I mean, Kobe has 5 rings, but Kobe will never be in the talk of the GOAT as LeBron has ever been. The guy has never been injured. He's one of the. I mean, I don't care for him. I don't.
Well, I think a lot of people look at Kobe and they see a couple of those years with Shaq in his prime and are like, okay, well.
Kobe's
Shaq.
biggest problem, he hurt his own legacy when he got too selfish and didn't want Shaq on the team, and he had Shaq shipped out of there. And then it was like all about Kobe. See,
Shaq was
a lot of people don't want to tell the truth. A lot of people don't want to tell the truth about.
Shaq was 400 pounds overweight, and it took him 3/4 of the season to get back into shape.
At one point, that is true. At one point, that is true.
That is a point, and that is true. But you got to understand something here. Even though Shaq might have been not the player that had that discipline that he needed to keep himself going, if he had stayed with L.A., they would have won at least 2 more or 3 more rings. Kobe's legacy would have been better if Shaq had stayed. He probably wouldn't have given him the talent that Kobe wanted. But
if Shaq would
have
stayed, he would have killed Kobe.
Rings. Exactly. But the problem is with Kobe is he so much wanted to be like the talk of the GOAT, like Michael Jordan, that he picked up Michael Jordan's like attitude and it became more selfish instead of learning that when Michael Jordan realized I can't do this alone, Michael had Scottie, he had Dennis Rodman, he had all those other players he could throw it off to, and then in the fourth quarter, you couldn't beat him because he's like, give me the ball, I'm going to score. Kobe had that, but he didn't have the right players around him to finish, and this is why Kobe, as much as he trained, he got injured in the end, and now he had to ride off in the sunset without a championship. He'll never be, I don't care as good as he is, he'll never be in the talk of the GOAT because he doesn't have the kind of quality like Michael Jordan or LeBron. And if you want to talk about the GOAT, LeBron's his legacy will be that he has done what he's done and won so much different championship games because he made the Cavaliers better. When he went to the Miami Heat, he made them better. Came back to the Cavaliers, he made them better. So he's the man, and he overall made every other player on the team better. So he's the all-time greatest basketball player that in his time and season, nobody, I don't care what you can say, nobody can beat him. The only thing he doesn't have is that killer instinct to finish in the end. If he had that, man, nobody can touch LeBron.
Well, man, Virgin Islands, bro. Virgin fucking Islands.
I'm gonna say this: Giants Super Bowl 53. I believe that.
He's the Kool-Aid. They got the Kool-Aid in the Virgin Islands, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. I love it. Let's get to the other call. Is the other caller still there?
Yeah, man, he's been there for like 15 minutes. I'm trying to get him in.
All right. Well, sometimes the guy calls in from the Virgin Islands that has been waiting 2 years to call in. That's phenomenal.
I didn't say he's
whoever this is picked a bad time. Let's make up to them.
We can all talk.
That was amazing.
We can all talk. All right, Walter, I'm gonna keep you in here though, all right, man? I'm gonna keep you in.
All right, man.
Yeah, keep him with us.
All right.
There you go. But
Yeah, he's
who's calling in? Where are they calling from? Let's go.
It's 0154. What's going on, buddy? What's your name?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Lewis calling from Syracuse.
Syracuse, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? So, I was actually wanted to ask you guys, do you guys think this whole LeBron, Kawhi, and Paul George thing is too much of a gimmick? Because I think, like, when I watch a lot of these shows, they always talk about how Kawhi wants out and Paul George, whole thing with the LA thing, and then LeBron with the LA thing. Do you guys think it's too much of a gimmick? Because there's a lot of teams such as the Warriors, Rockets, while they've gone far into the Western Conference Finals, it's also kind of like a, I don't know, maybe too much of a gimmicky thing, especially because the Lakers have so much young talent such as Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram. I'm a Laker fan, so I wouldn't want necessarily LeBron to come to LA. I would want to just keep those young guys. And
I'm fascinated by that. You know what, dude? I can respect that, man. I can respect that because as a Celtic fan, I'm a little torn as well. Because there's been talk of Leonard, and there's been talk of Braun, and there's something to be said for what you were able to grow yourself. And the Celtics added, Irving and Hayward, but I mean, that wasn't their team this year, right? So you had a chance to see these young kids, and you see the potential. And I think for the Lakers, Marco, our CEO is a Laker fan. I think he would tell you the same thing. You watch kids like Kuzma and Ingram and Ball. If you could just shut up his dad and let the kid just grow as a basketball player, there's some potential there. And is it now the flip side of the coin is, let's not kid ourselves. If you in the NBA, and this is what I'm torn with, is if you in the NBA can add a LeBron, everything changes for your franchise, right?
Exactly.
If the Lakers were able to add LeBron, George, and you're telling me as a Laker fan, you may be disappointed that you're not going to be able to see Ball, Ingram, and Kuzma develop together, but fucking really? Like, I'm like sitting here I'm like, oh my God, do we trade Terry Rozier and Jaylen Brown for Leonard? And I'm one part of me is going, no, I love Jaylen, I love Terry, and then like the real smart part of me goes, you fucking idiot, it's Leonard. So like, I mean, he instantly puts you in the game to where you got a chance to win a championship next year. If you add him,
think about this.
If you say I got Irving, if I got Irving, Hayward, and they're going to add Leonard, and they're eliminating Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier, gentlemen, that team can win an NBA title. So like you're like,
I'm with you, James, because what I would do if I was the Celtics, I would go. So I would try and get LeBron. My pitch to him would be stay in the East. You can dominate here.
Brad.
Right? You work with Brad Stevens. Then I trade Kyrie for the number 3 pick, and I take Doncic.
I think I just read a text. I just read a tweet that they're saying Luka may be going number 2 to Sacramento because supposedly Bagley, nobody wants to play in Sacramento.
Well,
nobody wants to go there.
You think Hayward stays with the Celtics?
If Doncic goes to Sacramento, they're going to win some games next year. They're not going to be great. They're not going to be a playoff team in the West, but they're not going to be vying for the top end of that draft either.
Well,
Doncic
you know what?
Games.
Here's what's great about today and tomorrow, right? Is all day long. If you've been following like Mannix on Twitter and Wojo on Twitter and all these guys who are in it on the NBA and the rumor mill, all day long they said that there were numerous teams trying to get up to number 3 to get Luka Doncic, and it was, I think, like the Clippers, the Knicks, there were literally the Celtics, the Lakers. There were a whole bunch of teams that all of a sudden wanted that number 3 pick with Atlanta because the assumption was that the first 2 guys we knew were going off the board and 3 would be the start of the draft for the other teams, and they wanted Luka. Well, all of a sudden, 20 minutes ago, Chris Mannix tweets out that Sacramento has serious consideration for Luka. So you wonder how much of that is bullshit. And Sacramento right now is saying to themselves, wow, everybody wants Doncic. Let's just tell them we're going to take him at 2. So maybe maybe our phone starts ringing. Right now, all the phones are ringing in Atlanta off the hook. Well, why can't our phones ring a little bit? Especially if we know that Bagley and these guys aren't too thrilled about playing here. Maybe trading back if the package is right would make sense, right? I mean, so who knows what's real and who's not, but I would be thrilled if we came away with Luka.
All right, guys, let you know we got about 15 minutes.
I don't get that,
we got to end it.
I don't get that, though, because
what?
Like Sacramento, I mean, to me, Sacramento is more appealing than Atlanta.
You know what Sacramento needs to do? They need to pack up and go to Seattle.
Well, yeah, that's a different. But I mean,
somebody needs to go to
California.
Seattle. Somebody needs to get the Supersonics back.
They have De'Aaron Fox.
What franchise can we eliminate and get the Supersonics back?
Well, so I was talking with a buddy of mine at work today, and we were talking about the LeBron thing, and he was like, "What if LeBron?" He was just spinning absurd hypothetical, and he was like, "What if LeBron was like, screw this, I don't want to play for any team in the no team in the NBA as currently constructed is appealing. I want to start my own expansion team." And he started an expansion team in Montreal, Canada, and he told the NBA, "The only way that I play in your league next year is if I get to be my own owner and get to build my own expansion team with my players." Now, it's completely absurd, but how fun
Let me tell you something. The league would let him do it.
Absolutely.
The league would just
100%.
fold to him. They would totally fold to him if he pulled some shit like that. They'd be like, no problem. Let's fund it. Where do you want the stadium built?
At first I was like, there's no way, because I was thinking about it too literally.
Do you want to check with the taxpayers in the area? Fuck them. LeBron wants to go. Build a stadium.
He was like, think about it. If LeBron told the NBA, I'm not playing next year, I'll go play in Greece for Olympiacos.
He'd hold them hostage. Yeah.
Unless you let me in. They would do it, right?
I would love to see that negotiation. Yeah. I would love to see that. I would absolutely, I would fucking look, because that would be funny, because you'd think the league, they'd shit themselves.
Right.
They'd be like, oh my God, LeBron, sure, we'll have a fantasy draft, and will everybody make 3 guys on your roster available?
Yeah.
And LeBron could have a fantasy draft.
J.R. Smith.
Mm-mm. Well, LeBron gets to pick the players that become available off your roster.
Right.
I mean, if we're going to do it, let's do it right?
Put my mic on!
All right, I'm back
Who's
on.
Marco!
We're all here.
Back. And I have control of the board.
Marco has the board.
Yes.
Oh,
be
well,
scared.
oh my God!
Anyone has any comments
I'll
that
just
they want to slip in?
Slip it in. Slip in some
Marco,
comments. Let's have
how
the
you
slip.
doing, man?
What's going on?
We'll
Where were you?
We'll slip it.
What did I miss?
Marco, did you get a nice pair of shoes?
I did get a nice pair of shoes.
What'd you get? I want to know what was the, because I know, like, so when you go to Target, right, you always walk in for something, and you always walk out with either that something and a bunch of other things, or not even what you went in for and a bunch of other things. So I need to know, what was the agenda going in? Was there a game plan? Was this just a random, hey, let's go stop at Target, browse a little bit, or was this we need something, and then what was the end result? Walk us through it, Marco.
So the puppers destroyed my work shoes, and it was late, and so I had to go in there for work shoes at the 8:30.
Okay.
So the choices were limited, so it was only. So I went there. I got shoes. I went to get some groceries.
Yeah, and you always walk out with something else.
Yeah,
I told you.
of course.
And while I'm here, let me get some snacks.
Exactly. Got myself some Petra Farm cookies.
Oh yeah,
delicious. What kind, Marco?
I quite enjoy the Nagatok.
Oh, look at you! I like it. I'm digging it.
That's a nice choice.
Yeah, I do say so myself. I enjoy the double. I got the double chocolate.
That's a classy choice.
My favorite cookie to get at the supermarket is the Archway cookie.
Mm-hmm.
The double Dutch cocoa Archway with the little sugar on top.
I'm gonna go a little. You know what? If you gave me my choice of cookies, right, I would go with the Keebler, right? But like the one, like the chocolate covered with like the graham cracker type cookie type fucking thing they got, man.
The fudge stripe.
Give me one of those. Yeah, give me one of those bad boys.
I like the fudge stripe in the freezer.
Well, you got to put them in the refrigerator. They got to be cold. Yeah, you're not keeping them in the pantry. Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
See,
and here's does a Nutter Butter count as a cookie? Is that what is that exactly?
I think
is that in the cookie family?
I think that is in the cookie family. See, the problem I have is that I was a big double stuffed Oreo guy until someone told me how come the ingredients are not chocolate and cream. Then that threw me off.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Well, Marco, come on. If you're looking for healthy stuff in an Oreo, I mean, if you're looking at the ingredients, you got a problem right then and there.
Have you guys Have you guys had the key lime pie Oreo?
No, I have not.
I'm not that really like my Oreo choices.
As far as I go with the Oreo is the vanilla.
The key lime pie Oreo, because the cookie is like a graham cracker. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, when it comes to Nutter Butters, if we're going to put them in the cookie category, then hands down, those are my favorite. And I will let everybody else know, if you have kids, and one thing that I do is my daughters love Nutter Butters, but Nutter Butters are fucking expensive, right? So unless they're on sale, I'm only getting one, right? So what I'll do is to keep my kids off the Nutter Butters. Like, my wife always has these healthy, disgusting cereals that no one in their right mind would ever eat, right? So what I'll do is, like, one of the cereal boxes.
Worse than Raisin
Bran?
Bran?
Like some awful stuff, bro. Like the kids aren't going in there. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? So the kids are going in the shit that I buy, like the Cookie Crisp and the Lucky Charms. Like, we have a very nice cereal variety. But what I'll do is one of those cereal boxes, the old ones, is I'll slide my Nutter Butters. I'll slip them in one of the cereal boxes, and I hide them. and no one knows they're in there. It's fucking
Your
genius,
kids don't
gentlemen.
listen to the show, right?
It's a vet
No,
remove.
God, no. They don't listen to me live. You think they're going to listen to me recorded on a show?
Here we are. Oh, Mike Dean says it's talking about cookies. I'm on my way out. All right, Mike. Oh, no, you're still in.
Yeah, Mike
Mike
like,
Dean.
fucking get over it. There were OTAs. We're waiting for football season to start. Tell us your favorite cookie. I'll tell you, if we're going, like, outlandish, how about, like, going into a bakery and getting a nice, fresh black and white, Marco?
If I go into a bakery, it's a 7-layer.
Oh, you're a 7-layer guy.
I'm a 7-layer guy.
I love the whole Italian cookie smorgasbord. Like, give me the ones with the fucking with just the chocolate chips, and then the ones with like the cherry in the middle. Oh, madon.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
When we went when we went back to Long Island last month, we went to a bakery. I got a half dozen bagels and 4 black and white cookies. My wife and I each had 2 bagels and a black and white cookie on the way home.
And Justin, when I go to New York, when I visit the Bronx, I swear to God, I go visit relatives. I can go for a funeral, right? If I'm there for a fucking funeral, I step outside probably around a half hour before I know I'm leaving. Whether it's the brunch, whether it's the wake, no matter what it is, I step outside around a half hour before I know I'm hitting the road to come home. I call Crosby Pizza. I order 2 large pies and 1 large Sicilian pie, and then I have 1 pie to eat on the way home and 2 to stick in the fridge with a 48-hour time limit to eat both pies to make sure that they don't go bad or anything like that.
I'm sure that you accomplished that goal.
Never. I've never accomplished it, but the truth is that when you bring it home, like I got the kids, Brandy has a slice, like everybody munches away, but it serves its purpose. Like you get your full you get your full of pizza over a good 72-hour span. It's awesome. It's phenomenal.
All right, guys. We got like 3 minutes until we get it ended.
People are into the black and whites on the chat. that's dwindling.
Like people, well, you know what? Some people understand that it's not. This is a show, and if you listen to sports talk, we hit different topics. But a lot of times conversations take place. And, you're here for the personalities, gentlemen. You're here for us. Like, it shouldn't matter what we're talking about.
This is correct.
I mean, come on. I mean, I think it's important to know what kind of cookies we like here.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of people. I think you could tell a lot about a person. Like Marco, you told us about the Pepperidge Farm. Very high class. That's a high-class cookie. Says a lot about you. You're CEO. I'm hiding Nutter Butters in cereal boxes because I can't buy 2 for $1. I'm a lowly employee. Says a lot about a person.
I'm only buying. Neither. I'm a French toast guy.
French toast.
Yes, I'm a French toast guy too. I'm with Marco on that one. Give me some French toast.
I like the pancakes, but they gotta have the crispy edges.
Guys, how about IHOP? What happened?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. I only know IHOB. That's where I go eat.
Oh well, there you go. All right. Did we hit this subject before? Oh my God.
No.
That
completely confused.
Is going to get fired.
What happened?
You might as well pack up.
At first, I saw it and I was like, "Oh, International House of Breakfast. They switched it up. Good for them." And then somebody was like, "No, Dick, it stands for burgers." And I was like, "What?" That doesn't make any sense.
I think it goes down to it's temporary, so it goes down to any press is good press.
I want to go in there. Like, did you ever see the Chappelle show when they're sitting down when he's talking about the Rick James? The Prince one when he goes and they play one-on-one with Prince, Charlie Murphy.
Yep.
And I want to just go in and they're like, "Welcome to the International House of Burgers. What can I get you?" Pancakes.
I can't wait to have the fresh and fruity Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity burger.
I will say this: their burgers are like $6.99 with unlimited fries. Like if you're gonna get me through the door, Give me a burger and some unlimited fries. You know what I'm saying? $6.99 a Coke with that ain't bad. I'll go try the burger joint out.
That's why Red Robin's so good.
I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said, you know how that guy Portnoy on Barstool, how he does the fucking one bite,
pizza?
everybody knows the rules with the pizza? I said I should do that with burgers. I love myself a good burger. Do some burger shit. No. Yeah. 3 bites, everybody knows the rules.
Oh, 3 bites you're going to go for.
Yeah, 3's the magic number. I don't know why everybody would do 1. I would do 3.
That's
3,
the number
3.
it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah, that is
that's
true.
what she said.
Boom. All right, gentlemen. I think we will end on a burger note.
I want to end it on this note. I want to say R.I.P. to Vader. Leon White, rest in peace. You were the man. It's Vader time.
Oh, is that wrestler dude?
Yeah.
Oh, he died? What happened?
Yeah.
A heart attack, I think.
Did he have a heart attack? He was 63.
Yeah, he had bad heart disease.
Jesus. What a sin.
One day I want to do a wrestling podcast.
Absolutely.
Just out of nowhere.
I'm in.
Now I'm up to speed now because my son's obsessed. So now I'm up to speed on current events that's going on in the wrestling. So yeah, we're all juiced in over here now.
See, I would not know anything about if you wanted to talk like NWO. Like if they brought the NWO back, I'd come back and watch it. I'm so old when it comes to wrestling. Like I'm still waiting for Kevin Nash to come back.
Recently,
no one's. It's never happening. I can never go back to those days of Too Sweet. I used to love those guys, man, and it'll never be like that for me again. It sucks because wrestling used to be a lot. It's like a soap opera for men. It's so funny.
It's great.
No, because I got the 2 kids, they wake up and they throwing themselves in headlocks and figure fours, trying to get them out of bed.
Yeah, Marco, I'm gonna share a video that my brother posted just yesterday, and it's I'll share it and I'll put your name and I'll tag your name in it, or I'll send it to you on Messenger because it's absolutely hilarious. He's like 3 years old, and he's sitting there in the living room. My brother just is filming him, and he's sitting there, and he has the fake microphone, and he has the covers from the couch or the couch blanket, whatever the fuck they are. You know what I'm talking about. Off the couch, right? And he's got one of his dolls laying on it like it's laying in the ring, and he's walking around the ring screaming at the top of his lungs into the fake microphone. It is like he's watching. I'm like, oh my God, this is so dysfunctionally awesome.
He's gonna be a pro wrestler.
Justin, I'm gonna tag you in it too because it's absolutely. You'll get a huge kick out of it. You're gonna be like, whose maniac kid is this? My brother's.
I'd be glad.
All right, gentlemen. J-Zac, are you there?
Yeah.
Signing off.
All right, everybody. We're done.
Did he answer?
I'm here, yeah.
Oh. I asked a question.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
Now I hear you. We're going to sign off, everyone. Thank you for listening in. Slow news, but we still here to entertain. Hit that subscribe button and, make it happen. We will talk to you next week. Are we going to do Sunday? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see.
I can do Sunday.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
all right,
Hope
maybe
you guys
we will.
enjoy the stream.
Maybe.
And
No
I'll
way.
see y'all next time. You guys keep bleeding.